Good morning.
Morning.
We live.
Oh, we are live.
Good morning to you. The birds are chirping. Ooh, 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 ooh. Good morning to you. I'm telling you, I'm going to sit down one day. I'm going to download that video. And when y'all see the video of my kids when they were little people, because they are bigger than me now. Oh, I can't believe I can sit here and say they are bigger than me now. I'm a mom, a real mom. Like, girl, they're bigger than me now. When they were little people, there was this video they did when Janine first moved down. So Janine was a little person. She was just becoming an adult. Then you had Essence and you had Nene Tutu, Big Man, and Ray Vaughn, and they was like. But when I think Janine take the video of them, and it was like, good morning, too. But when they were like, Ray Vaughn was moving like he was a little bird. He was like, he like the tiniest thing. He always was the move.
I was looking at that video that Nicole, the boys put out.
Oh my God.
First of all, I was dying laughing at Jalen, and I said, boy, you was not shy. You was a little dancer. But then I was looking, I seen Ray. Ray always got that swag.
And you know what? It gives me Grandpa. Because you remember how Grandpa used to always do the calypso or the little Spanish dance. He would always move like that.
He got
that part. Yes, it's so funny.
The shoulders in the
face. He got my soul shoulders. I gave him my soul shoulders. Y'all know I got the soul shoulders.
He got the soul shoulders.
Rolling.
Oh, why look at him, baby, them soul shoulders?
I don't know.
You really did.
The Essence got a video of him when he's like real little on my bed, and she was like, I'm gonna tell mommy you jumping on her bed. He's like 2 years old. He was like, and he started calypso in. He was like, and she was recording. I said, Essence is paparazzi. The amount of videos she sends to our group chat of old memories we have, and we cha in. But that's why that song is in my head. It will always be a highlight. So every time I sing it, in my head, I see my kids going, good morning to you. And my niecey Pooh.
That is funny. Yeah, Ray is always.
This is a new bottle, y'all. I'm on my new bottle. But anyway, in case we haven't welcomed you, welcome to Coffee and Conversations.
Welcome.
It is Tuesday.
Yes.
And we are making the very best out of the day because we know how to wake up and make today count. Why? Because you don't have a choice. It's counting anyway. So you're either going to let it count for you or you're going to let it count against you. And so they said, if God be for you, who can be against you? And so if he gave you breath, that means he's for you. So what you going to do with the day?
Not let it be you.
Don't let the breath be in vain, honey. Instead, let it be. Oh, I was just saying this.
We are up. We got up this morning. We have breath in our body.
Oh, and Mother Nature knocked at the door. My lower back is hurting, but I'm here.
Eyes are here. How was your night? I seen that video, Ron's birthday last night.
Do a nice dinner for him. The cars, I love. One of the things all the kids always do is I always get, everybody their own card so they can give him their own message. And I just love reading everybody's messages. And so it's just always so nice. So for his birthday and Father's Day, it's just piles of cards because I'm a saver. So I got a keepsake box. So I always take all the cards. Once he's done with them, he let them sit in his little bag over there by the bed maybe for about a month. Then when he ain't thinking about them no more, I scramble them all up and put them in the keepsake box. But yeah, I just love reading, how your kids feel about you. I think it's very cathartic, right? Because Chef Ron is always like, oh, y'all always make me feel like y'all ungrateful. And every time he get the cards that remind us, because people forget to say how they really feel because we're not having that moment right now. We having life. And in life, we forget to, in
the moment of
be
life.
Detailed about what we are grateful for about you. But in those moments when all eyes are on you and attention is yours, that's what, celebrating a birthday, Earth Day, whatever that is. Yeah. You celebrate it by letting somebody know how they feel. Like your dad is a card giver and he likes to like messages like that. So definitely
cars have choked up.
have you choked up? Have you feeling like
this is how
this and
especially if you really understand and that's how they feel.
Yeah.
You feel it. It's
you
like
feel it.
no.
It's a gift. How
He had to stop and read them and gasp for air. Or he just
had Tutu over here. First of all, that ain't on my good stuff. I say my good stuff for Father's Day. That's just something cute. It's simple.
Tutu,
Serenity.
I can't.
I say that deep stuff for Father's Day. I said, you know what? She still is a clown, so hers will have some little jokes. It still got stuff
you have
sweet.
the joke. Yeah, the joke.
But like Big Man and Ray Ball, one day I'm gonna steal the cards and read them. I should. If I was thinking, I would have grabbed that bag today. He was fast asleep. He would have never even known. But yeah, it's such a beautiful. I love it. And so,
a great meal, I see.
Yes, a great meal. And then because we have so many kids, it helps with them. Collaboration is the key, right? More
putting it together
is less. So he wanted some T-line shape of some good things, and sometimes they're pretty expensive. But what T-line shape up for? What is it though?
For his hair?
Yeah, the color, the
Oh, so laying up his hair.
Yes. There you go.
Okay,
Shaper, right? But it's a T-line or whatever, so it must be precision. So, sometimes, it's pricey, but when you got 4 people sharing a load, oh my God.
And then to get one thing, of course.
Yeah, so he got him a good pair of that, got us some 2 things. And one of the things I like is that and then we cooked for him and ordered some stuff for him. Okay. And we set up the table and ate together, and it was really nice. He was off the first half of the day, but had to go in the second half. So he had to come home to have dinner or whatever. So we had the table set. Tutu made him a carrot cake from scratch. Okay. And this time she did it the round one. So she was practicing doing a birthday cake side. Because she always do the pan and we stack them. So she did the 2 things, put the ice and cream cheese ice in the middle. And so we didn't actually sing. And it's still in the thing. We didn't sing happy birthday and cut it yesterday. So I could definitely come over for the happy birthday song. We'll probably sing it today.
That carrot cake be like on your spot.
Oh, I should have bought the pieces when she had to, level it out to stack them. She was like, "When I'm supposed to do this?" I said, "Oh my God."
I know it's moist and just
oh my
delicious.
God, her carrot cake is so good. Serenity be doing her thing, but honey, I was eating little pieces of it.
She had my whole.
So I made a baggie, and I forgot the baggie. If I bought the baggie, it'd been perfect without
without
coffee.
Girl. Now, girl, that would have been perfect.
It'd been so perfect without coffee. So yes, we're gonna give you guys some time to come in. People never know with us, so we have grace for the space. But since we are able to speak anyway, we'll just hold conversations until you get here. I'm wondering how your day has been going.
Yes, how was your evening, guys?
Make sure my volume down because you know how my thing is.
Today is Tuesday, so Jalen starts his mandatory workouts for football.
Oh.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I have to pick him up by 5:15, 5:30 now. So every Tuesday and Thursday, I'm like, oh, okay, and then he starts his driving classes the 17th. So I'm gonna have to pick him up anyway from after school.
Oh, so, see, these kids is really going up, honey. They going to driver's ed. Do you got any kids in driver's ed right now? We both have one. Well, Serenity just finished her driver's ed.
She just finished.
Last week though. She finished last week, so she just got to wait for the behind the wheel part. But that first part is done.
Okay. She was excited.
So yeah, excited was over.
I can't. Yeah, because Jalen is already acting like, man, why after school I'm gonna be tired, and I'm like, boy,
so you want to drive
like a little old man?
Because he got a little old man that is in his that's in his bloodline, baby.
I'm like, child, this is not the time to be
his
lazy.
Daddy is a chiller, honey. His daddy
come
chills.
home and just do nothing because you woke up. I said we all woke up in the morning to go to school. I said, let me tell you, see,
girl,
you reminded me of
what?
I said, here we go. I said, boy, do you not understand? I went to school too. I had to get up, take the bus and the train to school. I was in high school like you, had an internship in Manhattan in the emergency room at NYU Hospital. After school, went to my internship, got off at 6:30, got back on the bus in the train to come home and watch Tehran. So my brother, which is your uncle you never met, was waiting to relieve himself with Tehran because Misha was working at the salon and she didn't get home till late. So we had Tehran when we was younger, when we lived in the projects. And I was coming from school to the internship, got off the bus by the time I got off the bus, it probably maybe was around 7. Good morning, Facebook user. I said, and then I had to get Tehran, and we went upstairs, and he cried boo-hooed every day because he didn't want to go upstairs because he was a street baby. He was used to being in them streets with his uncle. So, I mean, you talking about time.
Okay, Cornelius.
No, don't act like that. Hey. What's up?
Hey, fam.
I'm like, child, you have no idea that I thought you was like, but you just gotta make them understand.
Listen, when you get to be a parent, you know you're a parent by your conversation, because it was like,
y'all don't understand.
It's the Bill Cosby conversation. We always be like, listen, let me tell y'all, Chef Ron is a trip. When we took the kids to Orangeburg, South Carolina, where he went to college at, we're riding, and he's like, he takes us to the college he went to. We're all in the car. And then he's like, now I want y'all to watch this distance. Then he takes us all the way to where he lived up the road. He was like, I had to walk here. I had to walk every day. All the way to college from here. And I was like, they was like, you capping. He was like, I had to walk all the way from, I said, here we go, these Bill Cosby stories that you know good and damn well he did not walk from there to there. But when I be riding with him, be telling, I just be cracking up because the kids be like, for real? You know, then eventually, Rondell forgets to say psych sometimes. I have to remind him to psych. But he'll be like, but it always reminds me of watching Bill Cosby. He'd be like, I had to get up. You remember how he used to sit in the seat and start sitting back for the Cosby show? And he'd be like, I used to have to go. And da-da-da. And I know that Cosby got in trouble, let me tell you, but the history of the Cosby will always be.
Away. That's why I be like,
there will always be a very monumental
that it taught you. The show.
Yes, honey. The symbolism and significance
from the show and what you got out of the show. And I think that's
take the sinner away from the saint, honey, because we got both. Both people dwell. You got the sinner and you got the saint. You know why? Because you have the power to choose. So it's available in both of us. That's why it's good versus evil. That's why it's light versus dark, right? And so the things that you hide inside becomes the darkness. And the thing that you bring to the light becomes the light. So it's like, man.
Like, don't do that.
Honey, but yes, he cracks me up. We miss y'all too when y'all coming up this way.
Yeah, because Nancy, I spoke to her last night. She said she was in New Jersey. You know, they be on that road.
Y'all be on the road, honey, seeing the road. How's the weather up in New Jersey? Is it cold? I'm imagining it's cold up there right now.
I think what that says like in the 50s.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, because it was not cold. I guess it's spring cold.
Like 50s.
I tell you, I feel my stomach popping. My lower back is like, woo. No. How you doing? Cold. Oh, he said it's cold out there.
It's cold?
Yes, it's cold out there. Yeah. Cold. Lord. But anyway, what's today's topic? Let's talk about today's topic. Let's get started.
Today's topic is, drum roll please.
We've been on 15 minutes of communication.
The power of flexibility. The power of flexibility. Man, listen, I'm loving it. I'm loving from being working, it seemed like all my little life.
All my life, I had to work. I had to work with this person. I had to work with
papers in high school. Flexibility is great. That's what I was telling my husband yesterday. I was like, man, you know.
The power of flexibility.
Like I was just saying, being able to get Jalen, right? Being able to take him or go to the school when he called to say I'm sick, I threw up, or I don't feel good. Not to drop anything, but to just be like, okay, I'm on my way now.
Yeah.
Not to ask my supervisor, oh, I got a family emergency, for me to wait for an answer, to possibly have to make another arrangement because I can't get off. You know what I mean? Just flexibility is good. Like when we could just say, you know what, let's go have a buffet. Let's go eat at the buffet.
Yes, honey.
Let's go sit and have lunch. Run some errands with me. It's flexibility is wonderful. I love it.
It's everything.
It's everything. It's freeing. It is freeing, right?
Flexibility is the name of the game, though. Because when I think of flexibility, because for as long as I can remember, I've, been home or whatever. And so flexibility to me is different, right? Because it's just like those are the things that I'm used to. But for me now, flexibility allows me to, how would I say it? It allows me in my dreams to not get stuck in one way, right? Being flexible in the things that you want allows you to bend and not break, right? So the flexibility of re-seeing it, the flexibility of not being gung-ho on it going one direction, right? To be able to reroute the vision and the dream, to be able to try something different without giving up, I think gives me flexibility because, and it's definitely because I learned it of being home, right? So having the flexibility, as you said, to be available, to always know that I can be there when they showed up, to go to the appointments, to have those different things going on. I love that part. But the flexibility to believe in the dream enough to allow it to take me where it wants to take me without no rules or no just a blueprint of the direction I'm going in, but I'm able to maneuver and be like, okay, I can't do that one first. I have to be flexible because I realize that although that dream came first, this has to come before that dream. Like the flexibility of when I wrote the Picking Up the Broken Pieces. Now that was 10 years ago. I wanted to put it on since then. But every time something else comes, it seems to get precedence over it. So the flexibility of allowing life to happen, trust in the process, I think is real important because when we don't, we get depressed and we feel sad and we feel inadequate and incomplete. But being flexible, I think, in your dreams for yourself allows you to not give up the hope. It allows you to keep on pushing. It allows you to be like, okay, I got to move this way. I got to sway that way. Okay, I got to throw this in there. And it allows you to actually flow better when you are flexible, because then, when the wind goes, you could matrix it, and then you could come back up. You don't actually got to hit the ground. You got.
Did you just matrix with it?
You can matrix with those, those hang-ups in life because I'm flexible, right? Because we know flexibility, even in the love life, can breed.
How nimble are you?
How nimble are you? Jack me nimble, Jack me quick.
Hold up now. Yeah, that flexibility is something. Because like you said, you got to roll with the times.
Yes.
You got to roll with the times, Cornelius. Yes.
Oh, he done jumped in another page. He said, y'all going to see me.
All right, we see you, Cornelius.
We going to see you, Cornelius.
Yeah, you got to be flexible, man.
You got to be flexible.
And there is such power in it. Because like you say, what they say, yesterday's prices ain't today's prices. Okay? So the way we was doing things years ago is not the way we are doing things now to get to where you need to go. Quicker, faster. We are in a technology world.
Base world, that's right.
I mean, so you gotta be flexible. You can't be stuck in your old ways and not get with the way things are being done now in the time. So the power of flexibility is strong, powerful. It's very powerful.
And it's so necessary, right? It's necessary for you to be, bent and not broken. Right? Because once it's broke, you're right. So flexibility allows you to be molded better. If I think about flexibility, it's like, okay, that's that soft precious metal. So it's easier for me to mold it and carve it and create the thing I want. When you got that flexibility, you're thinking about soft, precious metal, right? So that ability to stretch. Flexibility is a rubber band. It could go from here to here,
Stretch
depending
your
on.
mind.
There you go. So you have to stretch your thoughts, and you have to.
Wait, what does my
It
shirt
said
say?
change your mind from impossible to impossible. See what I'm saying?
Right on time today. Look at that. Look at that.
That's flexibility.
Come on,
So,
it's nothing impossible. It's possible. I'm possible.
Yeah.
That's the flexibility. So now it's like, I can do this. This can happen. I can achieve this goal because you renew your mind.
I am qualified. Because
I am unstoppable.
I am unstoppable. Why? Because I've been.
And I didn't break.
So how many? I mean, most of us bent and didn't break when we want to talk about it because we here.
Come on.
That's why I say being a survivor is the evidence of what you've done, right? The evidence. You are the evidence. And so how hard is it to be that, right? So the power of flexibility is a gift. It is actually a good trait to have, right? Because how often do you know that people get stuck because they are not flexible? You could probably name a bunch of people in your life that you're like, oh yeah, they stuck. You might be the person.
They're stuck in ways that they don't understand. You gotta get flexible enough to stop being stuck.
Cornelia's like, woohoo, yes, listen, right, that part.
Come on.
Good morning, happy Tuesday, Melissa. And I love that Cornelia just say durable stance. That's it. A durable stance, right? And to be durable is to be able to go with the flow, is to actually be in a great condition even after the storm. Oh, that what they said, that outfit was durable. Them shoes was durable, honey. I was wearing them for years and it kept me. Right. So it was a durable brand, a great
leather is very durable.
So a durable stance is shaking, right? You can shake me, but you can't move me, right? I'm unmovable. I'm upon this rock, I'm gonna build my church, is what they say. So I'm unmovable. And so I think that's the part, because I love that, because a durable stance is that flexibility, right? Because even when I'm standing there, that was that matrix. So I got the weight to hold me here, but I will let my body fall and bend where it may, but I ain't gonna lose my footing, because here's where I'll stay. Come on now.
I am standing right here, and I'ma just bend where I need to, but I'm still standing.
That part.
Right?
Standing.
Ooh, that durable stance. Come on now.
So that durable stance is a great example of the power of flexibility. It is the power to what? To stand your ground. Why? Because you know that if you don't endure, then you miss out on a promise, right? And so you got to endure through the process by being flexible when things change on you.
Yeah.
Right? When life doesn't look like it was supposed to look, when you lose somebody, when the kids are going haywire, it's like, well, how flexible are you? Yeah. Oh, you were prepared for what you wanted, but were you prepared for what you were getting? So you got to be flexible in realizing that you are not actually writing your story. You're kind of living for God's glory. Right. So you're going to figure it out as you go. So you got to ask yourself, how often do I get stuck? How flexible am I in my mindset, right? Because your mindset is what needs to be flexible in order for you to renew it daily. So it's like, how do you work out your mind? How do you stretch your mind in order to see different things so that you can achieve new things, right? Because you're doing a new thing, the same old things, expecting different results. That's insanity.
Insanity.
Good morning from Lessons and Legacies. She's on YouTube, baby. Good morning, divas. Hey, T. Hey, Pumpkin.
Hey,
good morning to you. The birds are chirping. Ooh, 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 ooh. And that's for Melissa, and that's for you, Tanitra. And here, Melissa has this YouTube link
to go on and
so that you can subscribe.
To the channel.
I'm trying to build my YouTube channel that I've had for years, and it's just been sitting over there
so you can
collecting content. So it's a lot of content on there because that page has never been dissolved. My Facebook page I lost in the pandemic. So this is like a 2-year page. So my 3-year pages. I lost it literally the month after the pandemic started. So this is literally a pandemic page. But my YouTube is consistent. So all those videos and all that stuff that I have is definitely still on there. So
that good content, honey.
Yes, honey. So all that good content,
definitely subscribe
I'm using it and letting it build over there. So definitely subscribe. I'm doing working on my marketing. So like, share, subscribe.
Come on now.
I've been seeing the little kids on the video TikTok show me like, share, subscribe. I'm trying to learn from these kids, honey.
Right.
When in Rome,
what you want them to do, honey.
When in Rome, do what the Romans do, my boo.
Flexibility, right?
Yeah, boy.
You can't keep doing what you've been doing because then you ain't gonna get no.
You want to know another flexibility? I don't know how many. Dad, I don't even have. I think my book is in the other thing, but I'm going to print the old cover of my book. I want to show y'all another flexibility, being able to change your mind, right? And so when I did What the F is Your Mustard Seed, good morning to you, Levine. The birds are chirping. Good morning, Levine.
Good morning, lady.
So when I was doing my book originally, Melissa will tell you, we already had about 100 edits on the cover. And we were at the end. I had already had my vision of what the F is Your Mustard Seed was going to be. Light versus dark. The beach versus the daggone nighttime. I had it all mapped out with the scroll and the mustard seed in the middle. With the I choose. I mean, it was all done, y'all. I mean, done. About to go up to the next level. And my oldest daughter, Essence, was looking at it and she was like, Mom, you want a #1 bestseller? I was like, yes. She was like, well, we have to market this different. You need a clean thing. You have a whimsical mindset. And everybody's not whimsical. So we need a clean, fresh look, approach, a more modern approach. So for me, that was the power of flexibility. For me to be in my last stage, us, right? Even Melissa. That's why I love Melissa, because when you're happy, she's happy. What you need me to change. She doesn't count what she like. What? Well, how do we get where you are fulfilled? Where you feel this is it. You don't talk me out of my look. You talk me into it. And so when I got back to, I said, Essence is thinking we need to go a clean thing. How about we try mustard teas or something simple? And she gave a little idea of what she was talking about when she gave us the impression, but she is in college about to graduate for marketing. So come on, that God said, you waiting on a team, I will raise your team up under you. So she helps with, now she's coming back to help market us because that's what she does. That's what she's graduating from. And so when she said that and we went and cleaned up the book, oh my God, the power and flexibility is the breath I took when that new cover came in from Essence direction and the vision of the book that's already was established, and then Melissa's creative media genius. The collaboration of the mind, the body, and the soul, right? 3 different entities that were flexible, that didn't take it personal, that was able to say, well, I'm going to go a different way because when I gave you what I wanted and you say what I needed, then it was my job to take what you say I need in order to get what I want. You have to be flexible in your mindset. That's why God says, renew your mind daily. Because I was comfortable in my old way, but God said, I can't put new wine in old wine skin. So I need you to be flexible when you're thinking. Yes. So that we don't poison the new stuff that's going in, right? And so being able to open your mind and receive, right? In order to give, not what you want to give, but what they need. So I thought that when I was just seeing a power of flexibility, I thought that was very powerful, to be flexible when you were in level Z and decide I'm going to go back to A. How many people will be willing to do that? And that's trusting the process. That's surrendering to the thing that is greater and bigger than you. So you can make it personal, baby, but it ain't nothing but process. And so if something hits you, you got to respond. That's why God gave you that soul, that heart. They want you to respond to what he's saying. They want you to respond to what God is pushing through you. And so I'm just grateful that I'm in I'm bragging, in such a good relationship with God.
And so you should.
And I'm bragging, and I'm bragging.
I apologize for that.
Right, that
unapologetically
such
bragging.
a good relationship with God that I'm flexible. I'm flexible because it's not about me. It's bigger than me. I'm just a vessel, right? And so in being a vessel, you gotta hear what other people around are saying and doing because you're serving somebody. And it's coming through you, but you ain't really serving you. You serving them. So that you can be served, right? Yeah. So
who is it for?
It's through you.
For you, this is what you see. But if it's for them, then be open minded to what the product is for the people, right? So that was a good flexible. That's a good. Flexible.
Come on now. Cornelia says, I had to share y'all to my page, LOL. That part.
Thank you.
Sharing is caring. Like share, tell us.
Yes, let the people know what they missing. Real talk, real conversation. Wake up and make it today count with coffee and conversations. Come on now.
Get up in here. Get in this morning meditation. Motivation.
Come on,
Melissa says, Mama Renee is getting all of her copies of the Mustard Seed book today. It's out for delivery on a UPS truck as we speak, and I couldn't be more excited for her to get them. Oh, my God, I cannot wait for her to hold it, open it. Mama Joan should be getting hers. Joanne, Mama Joan, right? Should be getting hers real soon because hers shipped out, and so did Aina shipped out, so... They definitely were having no later than
haven't got her book yet.
Well, Mama Renee is her mama. Mama Joan is Nate mama. See, I got mamas over there. They got two mamas. Listen. Mama Joan said, Mama Renee said, everybody I know getting what the F is your mustard seed. So she already bought a load of them, and she's buying some more for the holidays.
And that's how it's gonna keep getting.
Yeah, that's how you help everybody.
Everybody share it so that everybody gets that book. Because what the F is your mustard seed when we talking about flexibility is going to determine are you operating out of fear or faith when you're deciding and going to be flexible. You got to operate out of both. Because once you get this book, you will understand that fear is not the fear you know it as.
That part.
Okay? So the book is a must-have because it is a game changer and a life changer. Cornelius, make sure you get your book.
Make sure you order your book.
Get your book. Levine, make sure you get your book.
And the colors just came in on Sunday. I was out because I didn't get as many because I was thinking, I started with the black and white and the color was a new idea because Cornelius, if you hit that, forget it. Kid just got it right there.
Yeah.
Listen. Yeah. There you go.
That's the color edition.
That's the color. And I don't actually have the book here. I was running around yesterday, so I had it in my book bag. But this is a 3D of it. It's a smaller version, of course, but this was my print off. Yeah, you want to grab it? Okay. So it just looks just like this. This is the genius of 3 collaborative minds. Look how beautiful it came out. I mean, it makes me smile. Okay. So let me tell you, the book is just as amazing as it looks. I am so impressed with what God sent through me. It was a very healing journey. I'm always doing poetry and of course affirmations. There we go.
Here we go.
Let me put this is Kia version. Look how beautiful. When I say. So there is a black and white version. That was the original one. Oh, I mean, then there's also the ebook. So you can have the color version digitally where it's on your phone at all times. Now the ebook looks just like this because it's color.
So if you want it right now,
you can get the ebook.
Get that ebook, $15.
Get the ebook and get the color, and then bam. One will ship. So you go home and one will be online. But I'm just telling you, it is worth anything. It's worth that dinner. You're going to go and spend $50, $75 for dinner, and it's going to go in you, and it's going to come out you, right? It's going to come right through you. But this right here going to stick to you, and it's going to change your dinners forever because when your F is right, your life is right. So when we saying what the F are you doing? It's like, what am I doing? Am I faithing or am I fearing? When you get accountability of the F that holds the strongest precedence in your life, honey, you change the direction of your life. And so when I was writing the book, I realized just how much we operate in the F all day, every day. One or the other. Let me tell you something. And it's constant. So that's what I'm saying. It's about owning your mindset. Prime example. I have a new driver, right? Neve is, well, not new. She's been driving a year already, but still she's a kid. She's my kid driving. I'm already an anxious person when it comes to driving on the highway. I made a mistake of driving in New York. Should have never done that. Ruined me for life. Because I learned down here. I never wanted a license, never planned on having a license. I was in the city of Mass. And I speak about that in the book. I was in the city of Mass. Now my license was just that I came from, the big city. So I didn't need to have to learn how to drive. So that fear that I have, it creeps up when I'm driving in the car with them, right? They put me in the back. They don't even let me sit in the front. And so I'm in the back and I'm like, whoosh, and they're like, Mom. And then I have to check myself because I was just on the way to the breakfast on Sunday and I had to say, what the F is your mustard seed? Girl. Right? Because the fear is the doubt that we can handle any situation. And so I'm creating this idea of my fear as I'm riding with my child. So you see how we can push our fears upon somebody else. This not her fear. This not her thing. And I can mess her up if I don't check myself because it creeps up in you. And so this allows me to hold myself accountable, right? Because I don't get to pick and choose when I want to be effing this way or effing that way, right? It's either you here or you there, but you have to acknowledge it so you can check it. So being able to acknowledge that feeling on the inside allows you to check yourself before you what, Kia?
Wreck yourself.
Before you wreck yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. And so that's why I say both are true. That's why you have to identify in the moment, seizing the moment and saying, what am I in? So how flexible am I in my F? Can I be feeling fear and automatically stop, right? Because fear was false evidence appearing real. That was a fear. But the new way to fear is forget, escaping, and rise. Suck it up and keep on riding, because why are you imagining the worst when I'm already giving you the best? So it's still work that has to be done daily. So when I say that you're always going to have an F present in every situation, the more confident you are, the more fearless you are. In the places where you feel lack is where that fear sets in, right? Yeah. And so your faith is strong because you have that confidence. You know what you can do. You have that courage. And that fear, a knock at your door. And so I'm just saying, just because you identify it doesn't mean that you don't have to check it on a day-to-day basis. I mean, it is actually being current in your own journey. It's being aware of the things that are stifling you, that are paralyzing you. Is acknowledging when you are doubting yourself, or better yet, doubting God. So, if you trust him, it's a full trust relationship. It's not when it's convenient. I trust him when I know I can do it. That ain't trust. Trust is believing in him when you can't do it, right? So it's like, so really I realize that is an everyday occurrence to identify that F. And you got to start saying, what the F am I doing? Decision. I'm going to have some t-shirts soon, but I think is what the F am I doing?
The F is your mustard seed. That's a catchy phrase too, because that's all, you know how people be like, what the F? What the?
Yeah.
What the F am I thinking right now? What the F am I letting consume me right now? Fear or faith? That's the point. What the F am I operating out of? Yeah. I'm trying to make a decision, and what is making me, what's the power that's making this decision? The color copy. Right? So it's it's so powerful because you
This
be like,
is the black and white copy.
man, listen. That what the F is a showstopper. It's a statement all on its own that will really
this is the E.
how your life will go is based on what the F is your mustard
And
seed.
this is the E.
Because that mustard seed is so little. Like, let me, you know, when you get your book, it has the mustard seed in it. And it reminds you how little of each piece you need. You just see this little mustard seed right here. So you even get a little mustard seed in the book. Do y'all see that?
Yep, there you go.
Do y'all see the little
Look at that little
mustard
tiny.
seed?
Look how tiny. Look how tiny. Look with the camera. You got no look. I'm going this way. Go that. Okay.
I know, right?
Look at that. That
Come
little
on.
dot is all your F has to be, and it could be faith or fear. It works both ways.
Come on, a little creepling thought of each will make up a whole decision and could really unfold your whole life to how you know it now based off of what you picked. Right?
Melissa has a testimony
Come on,
here.
Melissa, what you saying? Melissa says, I had a mustard seed moment yesterday. I would love to share. Going to split it into 2 texts. We have been 6 months behind in our mortgage due to illness, surgery, and not of.
And one of our, I think she's saying one of our vehicles breaking down.
Okay, got you. And one of the vehicles breaking down. After months of paperwork, I had to finally call the loss mitigation department to see where we stood. I had a major panic attack and had to take an hour to pray first. Melissa, you should have called me, girl. I was an underwriter with Wells. I could have told you all your options, boo. That's what I did.
The other part. She writing the other part.
Because I worked, when I worked at Wells Fargo, that's where I worked. I worked in the loss mitigation department as a underwriter, and that's what we worked on. The clients who already had mortgages, but we're gonna find
out how she turned that around with the right F. Because your F matters.
The mustard seed.
Your F matters.
That part.
And if we could just get that concept of how our F matters and really hold tight to it, it's a game changer.
Okay. So she said, when I got on the call, it was so hard to talk to the person. I got my tiny mustard seed out and held it the whole time and just kept telling myself, make it faith, not fear. All I need is a tiny bit of faith and he will do it. And he did.
Good God Almighty.
I got they were gonna tell me I had 60 days to move. No, ma'am. They ended up taking over 11,000 and moved it to the back of our mortgage.
You better say
so
it.
We got a fresh start in April.
My
Amen.
God.
Must see the face saved my ass.
Girl, I got chills
all you gotta
my
do
body.
is ask. Come on, Melissa, and you activated your mustard seed of faith.
Because what is faith?
Y'all.
Faith acronym in the book is freedom after insight to higher self. You gotta get the idea and then you gotta walk it out.
She grabbed the mustard seed.
And that tiny bit of belief. But you see what? That's why I said faith, right? Faith without works is dead. So that's why the acronym is freedom after insight to higher self. If you do not get into action for your attraction, she had to make the call. She held the seed. She believed in the outcome. And she spoke it over her life. She said she prayed for an hour. That means she gave it to God and she left it there. And then she picked up the clarity that God gave her in order to make the call so that she could say the right thing, so that she could be moved by him. For them to put it on the back end, because let me tell you, but God.
Ask and you shall receive.
Oh, I love that testimony. I love it.
Dealing with backed up mortgage payments because they don't realize that there's so many
Not to forget
programs
Escaping
that
and
the
Rise.
mortgage company has for those reasons, right? And they put it to the back so that you can have a fresh start. Once they get all your paperwork, it's called a moratorium if you could. Come on, Melissa. She had to
forget escaping and rise. That's chapter 7, y'all. A new way to fear.
Come on now.
I literally held the dang mustard seed the whole time, and I'm glad I didn't drop it, LOL, because we know
it's so little.
It's so little. If you drop it,
girl, you'll be looking all over for that thing, but you gotta find it. You gotta find it.
It's worth finding. If you drop your faith, it's worth finding, my God. If you drop your faith, it's worth finding. You stop and you find your faith again. You don't leave it down there. You don't let it get stuck in the carpet. Your faith is worth finding. You don't stop until you find that little bit of remembrance of how he brought you through.
Like a little crackhead.
Because faith ain't nothing but the reminder of how he brought you through. Not like a little crackhead.
Like a little crackhead finding a rock. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Not that we did it, but I'm just saying, y'all know how we
have people.
Come on,
we had
now.
some people that was going through
it. Anything. You think you dropped something, you on that floor.
Cornelius he's celebrating with you, Melissa. That's what I'm talking. Well, I got chills up. That was a good faith story, honey. That's a testimony. That's a testimony for the page. And we need that testimony for the page because y'all know that the precious.
We need that on live, Melissa.
That part. We need we need a recording of that one.
Yes.
That's so good. That's juicy. What they say that's juicy.
The mustard. Come on,
my God.
Activate.
She activated.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
My God. So she gets a fresh start in April. And what's April, baby? It is your anniversary. It's your anniversary. Look how God blessed what y'all did, what y'all put together, the work y'all doing, all of that. He said, I'm going to give you a brand new start. He'll do it if you ask and you believe him for it. So the faith is about you. It ain't about God. God already said, I put it in you.
It's already done.
It's already done. Because if you make the call, I'll touch the person on the other end. Good God Almighty. If you make the call, I'll be waiting on the other end because I touch people. God is so powerful. He don't come down. Nobody has never said God came and sat at my table to help me. He sent me something. He knocked at my door. No, he sends people. So when you speak to him, he touches them. But if you don't speak to him, how he going to touch them? If you don't make the call, how can they say yes? If you don't ask, how can you get the solution? That's why you got to humble yourself. Not humble yourself where you are beneath somebody. Humble yourself to know that you are beneath God. And you have to surrender to the thing that you do not have in order to get what you are looking for. And so that's that faith. That's that faith. She didn't count herself out. She said, I could have been getting 30 days, but God said, I'm going to give you a brand new start. Good God Almighty. That's a good one.
Melissa, got this, honey. Oh, no, you ain't got no 30 days to get out. You got all your...
Matter of fact, keep that. We're going to throw it on the back end. Because guess what?
Worry about that.
Melissa, you're going to be paying that off in 2 years. Girl, don't you even worry about that, sweetheart. Forget that back end. Forget that back end. You're going to be paid on the front end. This too will be a testimony.
What Jesus said, keep the party going. Come
on now.
Keep the party going.
So Melissa says, so thank you for the book because that was the only thing that got me through. That reminder that God only asks for the tiniest bit of faith from his children and will provide. That's it. That's it. He wants to show and prove. Oh, I love that.
A little bit of faith, and I'll take the rest.
You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. I couldn't have done it without you. So it is so perfect for you to have what a testimony because you have worked effortlessly on this dream with me. We have been up hours trying to figure out how to do. I mean, it has been a process. And you have been so faithful over my dream that I'm so glad that God blessed you in yours 1,000,000 times fold. Like I said, when you plant a seed into good ground, I promise you, God will always bless you. Girl. And so I know I'm blessed because I'm always planting into good ground, because everybody is a good ground to plant into as long as you're open to receive.
And it's amazing because I love it. Paid attention to the dang on mustard seed.
You did, yeah.
I was like,
most people never seen one before.
I'm like, look, Precious, these are mustard seeds. This is a mustard seed.
And let me tell you, the picture on the book, I'm so glad I decided. So if you get it on Amazon, you won't get it inside or signed. But if you order from me, you will get the signed copy, and it comes with a mustard seed. But let me tell you something. The picture is actually way bigger than a mustard seed. So at one point I said, look at the front of your book as I was writing. And then halfway through the book, I was like, no, at the end of the book, y'all know how I do. I got another epiphany. We got to put a mustard seed in everything, right? When I did 365, I needed a candle because I wanted you to stay lit. I always have to have a symbolism. So to see how small it takes, I think is the thing that we just don't really realize. Puts it in great perspective.
There you go, Mom.
Yeah, we're perspective. So seeing the seed really lets you see how tiny your faith or fear could be, right? Because it activates in 90 days. Once you plant that seed, whatever you plant, it will grow in 90 days. I mean, a full tree. But a mustard was meant to be anti-cancer. So a mustard seed of faith is an anti-cancer to the mind. It reverses all the eating away that happened through those seeds that were planted of fear. So the mustard seed of faith, remember, because God is a vibe and faith is his vibration. So fear would be his deceleration. When you are in fear, you are out of the presence of God. To be with God is to be in faith, right? Because I am that I am. All things work out. That's nothing but trust. There's no doubt in God, right? So when there is doubt, it is a lack of presence with him. And so understanding that, being able to operate in a faith level is the freedom to believe that you deserve what you want. And the way you get it is to show up for it, that nobody's going to bring it to you. That's why God said faith without works is dead, which is why I made that acronym. Works. You got to do the work to go get it. Do the work. You got to nurture that seed. But if I plant that tiny seed of doubt, I'm going to grow a mountain. But if I plant the seed of faith, I'm going to remove the mountain.
Activating it.
It all starts with what you believe, what you name it. And the name is the feeling, because the feeling is the vibration, right? So faith is a vibration, is high. It is a belief system. It is no doubt. It is I am that I am. But fear is a low vibration. It is I can't, I won't, I'm stuck, right? And God didn't leave you to be stuck. He left you to be fruitful and multiply. You can't be fruitful and multiply if you're stuck and you're paralyzed. You can't even bring forth what I'm asking you to bring forth. So my God, when I say Melissa, that right there, amazing testimony.
But you know what's so crazy? You have no idea how powerful and information.
She said, I'm writing that as my forward in my copy of the book, my testimony, because let me tell you what's so cute. Kia, you can finish saying what you say. While
no. I was just saying, you have no idea how powerful and informative the people are around you.
Yes.
But if you don't know, you just don't know. So it's just crazy.
It's crazy.
Like, you know, we be needing things, and we be having things, but we have no idea of the.
So this is where Melissa is going to put her testimony.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, that's what she said. Your testimony. So again, toward the end of the book, God gives it to me. I gotta do it. And so I wanted people, after they read the book, to write. You got chill, right? Your own forward about how the book changed you in the way you think. And so when Melissa just said in her copy of the book, this is that's what she's gonna put in her testimony. What an amazing testimony that's gonna be, as a reminder of her activating her own F. Because nobody can do it for you. That's the key. You gotta do it for yourself. That's why I say I can turn on my light, but it's only to help you find your switch. I cannot turn on your light. That is out of my jurisdiction. It is out of her jurisdiction. But I can light my light so that in your dark space, you can find your switch. Because once you get to the switch, good God Almighty.
Turn on your switch. It's over, fam.
Come on. Once you turn on that switch, no weapons. You know when they say no weapons formed shall prosper? No weapons. Even if it starts creeping in the moment, you own your power. The power is yours. The power is in your word.
Girl, what the F?
No, y'all saying it anyway.
You have some conviction for real, for real. What the F?
What the F am I doing in here? Am I faithing or am I fearing?
What the F am I allowing?
Come on now. And that's the power of your flexibility. The power of flexibility is to be in the moment and change your freaking mind. In the moment.
Come on.
I was in the car afraid. I felt the fear in the backseat. And I had no reason. She's an amazing driver. But it was my fears.
It wasn't even her.
It had nothing to do with her. It was my fears of wanting to protect, wanting to hope for the best. It was my fears that I had to check myself and say, who the F are you today? What are you believing God for? So I had to check myself. And so this book has forced me to do a daily check in. Daily. Because when I feel it, it's a reminder that you own your fate.
Come on now.
You own your fate.
You own it. And you gotta forget escaping. And just
good morning, Mama Faye.
And rise. So when that fear that you know it creeps in, you gotta give it that new meaning. Forget escaping because you ready to crawl under the rock. You ready to retreat. You ready to draw back. You ready to stop.
That part.
We ain't got time to be stopping. You better forget escaping and rise to the occasion.
Boo.
Just rise through it all.
Like the phoenix that you are.
Come on now.
Nina got a phoenix. Melissa did a beautiful
Come
phoenix.
on now. Come on, like the eagle. Just soar like the eagle,
listen,
man.
I'm so proud of this.
Let me get to these comments.
Get to the comments, boy.
Morning, Arfae. Hey, Author L.
I'm sorry you late too.
I'm sorry you late.
We missed you.
You gonna catch the replay and listen to these amazing comments we had going on and testimonies. Better late than never, honey.
That part.
You are good. Melissa says that testimony is everything to me. Y'all have no idea how many tears I cried over the last 6 months. How much fear I lived in for 6 months. The book and the seed was it. The seed I had to hold to really get it. Drop the fear and activate the faith. I'm crying tears of joy over here as y'all are speaking. I need to get a necklace for my seat. Girl,
we got necklaces that we gotta make. We you know, there's so many things we supposed to be doing.
Oh my God.
That's gonna go
in
with the
ring
book.
With the mustard. Girl, I need to get a necklace for my seed so I can carry it with me on the days that the old fear tries to creep in.
We saw necklaces that I wanted to put where you can order it online, where you can hold it and have a constant reminder. But you know,
Holy Spirit, activate.
Holy
Spirit, activate.
Because it's got to be a movement. This is a movement. Well, it's a movement by myself, but it's a force when we're together. Yes. I choose you with a mustard seed.
Oh my goodness!
But you know, I have the me and Melissa was like, because I have the little proxy kit, so I remember the necklace kit. So I can put the thing behind it, drop the mustard seed, then put the proxy, let it dry. You know.
Yes.
So yeah. To go with the book club, because the book club launches in April. So everybody who has a book, you have an invitation into the book club.
It's about to be.
So I will be live doing a show every Thursday about it, but then we'll have a private Zoom for everybody to speak about that chapter or whatever page we want and how it's, you know, resonating with you, so that we can be intentional.
Join the movement.
Intentional about our F's. Come on, y'all.
I choose me
Be
movement.
intentional.
I choose me movement.
Mm.
Come on now.
I choose me
Who
movement.
don't choose them? Do you choose you? Who doesn't choose
The
them?
mommy talking about y'all all making me jealous because I haven't gotten mine yet. But you'll be here. You'll be here in a couple of weeks. You'll be here.
You got
2
to
weeks,
get that
maybe.
Get the
She's coming in
ebook.
for Asia's
Get your
baby shower.
ebook on
Oh,
Facebook.
why did you get the
right
ebook?
now?
Thank you.
Get that
Go
ebook.
on there and hit the ebook. Buy the ebook.
You
It'll
gonna
come
get it
straight
soon as
to
you
you. And when you
click
come
in.
back, you can get yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Everybody
right.
get that ebook
Ebook.
until you get your physical
Kia got both
copy.
too.
I
And
got
she right
both.
here. She got the
Correct.
ebook and the book. And she right here.
So when you ain't got your book and you out and about, you can show people because it's
Look
the
at that
color
Phoenix.
version. It's the
Look at
color
that
version
Phoenix.
of the ebook is the color version.
You see that?
Of the book.
Forget
So,
escaping and rise. Look at
Get
that.
your ebook.
The only reason why I did a color version is because the ebook was so gorgeous. And I said, oh my God.
Gotta have it
That
physically.
must be available in color. That's why I had a little bit of color because it wasn't even an option in the pre-orders. And I wanted to get it in to see if it was worthy of even posting as an option.
And it's worth every
But it was
dime.
above and beyond even my wildest dreams. So then it became available. And I had to order more because I only bought a small amount because it's more expensive, the color, of course. But I expected everybody to be like, no, I'm going to stay with the black and white. But to my enjoyment, everybody wanted the color. So now I have all these black and whites that was pre-ordered. And that's cool too because some people got the black and whites. I got all. I'm gonna do a bundle for the people that made the one, the black and white, the color, and the ebook. I'm gonna put a bundle together on site because a couple of people have been like, I want them all. So I'm like, you want them all? Well, to God be the glory.
And color.
Remember, every time y'all buy a book, I got 5 kids. One that's about to graduate in a month. So, you know, this is good ground. It's going to serve you, but it's actually going to be a seed to the new levels of things because the dreams that I have are so many. And the only way to get them is to be able to fund the dream. And so when y'all sow into this ground, it allows me to do new things like create the change. So that's the business. You got to recycle it, right? And so as a mom of 5 and a husband that works, I want to be able to fund the dream too. So when you purchase out of my gift, you give me to be able to give back to the ones that I love and be able to be that extra,
be a world changer,
and be a world changer.
The gift changes not only the household but the world.
The world. Come on now, go ahead. Remind me that it's bigger than me.
We don't mention this enough, but she has a nonprofit.
Yes.
So when you even give and buy a book and you know, give to the child, give to the nonprofit. Not only are you giving so that she could give back and give back out to the community and be able to give books out to the community.
Because I go to school.
You're changing lives.
And you can sponsor a kid. Thank you, Kia. I definitely forgot about that because we
don't even mention the nonprofit. I don't really think we mention it, but it's so many levels to Miss Apostle Precious Paulin. Her gift is to change the world. And everything that she does is not selfish. It's not for her, even though she gets, you know, everything we're getting, but it's for the world to change. It's to heal the broken, right? Because she was once broken.
That part.
So it's not to be selfish and just worry about me. No, I want to help others who are broken in different areas that might not be in the same area as me, but it doesn't matter what area. My gift and what God put inside of me with my prophetic poetry is for the world. So if we all come together for the common
take on the road with me.
Come on now, it goes a long way. So like I said, definitely don't wait for the physical book. You order both, get your ebook, because you need it now.
You need it now.
and order one for somebody else, your girlfriend, somebody who knows going through it, somebody who's needing to
Don't buy her that pocketbook.
No.
Buy her
whose birthday is coming up?
Yeah.
Whose anniversary is coming up?
Yeah.
Let's give gifts of meaningful gifts that's gonna change their life, not temporary, not something they're gonna use once in a blue moon, right? It's not about the name,
something that's gonna buy them 1 million pocketbooks.
Come on now,
something
once you change this, it'll activate so much more.
Investing in sanity and not in vanity.
Vanity.
What the F is your mustard seed is investing in sanity.
Come on now.
It is, you need to know that God is not picking on you. He is picking you up for such a time as this. You need to know that. And how do you know that? By listening to the evidence and the process that got somebody else to the promise. You didn't wake up like this. I don't care what Beyonce said. You have to go through the process.
She didn't even wake up like that.
Developing, right? So that's a joke. I woke up like this.
Of course.
But that's what people think. That's why they think that it's impossible, as Kia Sher said, to arrive, right? Because they're not flexible. So flexibility allows you to know that you are possible. That whatever you need, whatever you desire, God has put his love on it. He put his light on it. So be the light.
Be the light, like Cornelia said. Be the light, honey.
So be the light, right, Cornelia? Be the light. We are the lights of the world, I'm telling you. And when we show up, there is no darkness. When we show up, oh my God.
Light. Come on now.
There is no darkness.
Everybody gonna be wearing shades because we just lit up. Stay lit. You gotta stay lit in this world.
Come on. Stay lit in this world.
Come on now.
So somebody can find their switch. That part.
Melissa says, and I know y'all are probably tired of hearing about my testimony by now. No, we ain't.
Never getting tired.
Never. But one more thing to add. When I got to tell Nate when he got home from work,
oh my God, I could have met up,
down, and cried and held.
Oh my God, what a helpmate! Let's stop right there before we go any further. Kid, was that not what you just talked about? When you think that we're home, because we have we carry to be the work of our husbands. We carry that. We want the best, and so to be able to relieve him, because at the end of the day, you are fearful, but he's the provider. And to be able to tell him that you can breathe, that we are, God got it. To be able to hold him and know that you, because you believe, because you had the faith, because you went above and beyond where you met him at. What a difference. A teamwork makes the dream work.
Come on now. I handle stuff that you can't because you're out in the world working. If we're both out here in the work,
we ain't got
9 to 5. When things are operating, how do we get things handled?
Right.
I'm the secretary. That's a job within itself.
That's powerful.
Come on now. We at the DMV doing what?
Doing what?
My husband's renewal of his registration.
Yes.
While he in the truck at work.
Because we can. Because we are his helpmate. And we are so grateful to be able to help our mates.
I can do what I can do, and you just
I love it. I don't know what they talking about, but marriage is where it's at. It is where it's at. She says, I felt the weight of the world and his fear leave his body. I physically felt him lighten up. That mustard seed of mine didn't only set me free. Girl, I'm getting chills. It set my family free. My little seeds of faith freed all of us. Amen.
We gonna cry some more, Melissa, because I'm almost in tears because I feel that, honey.
Yeah.
I understand. Come on now.
I understand. My God, you got to listen. This is so
real
powerful.
Life situations around here.
And listen, it's worth going through. And listen, you can't say it enough, because the more you give reverence to it, let me tell you, it's like a kid. If you go and say thank you, you tell everybody, look what my daddy did for me. Look what he did. Guess what he want to do? He want to do more for you because you bragging on
that proudness he feels.
You can never brag too much about what God did for you, because guess what? He gonna keep on doing it. Just like you find when you complaining all the time, stuff keep on happening because you setting that tone. Positive. So if you could complain, then you could damn sure celebrate. So baby, celebrate every day, all day. Say it 1,000,000 times over. You can never say it too much. Giving God the praise is what it's worship. It's our ship. It's how we get from past the things we see. Come on now. So it's your worship. Saying thank you is your worship. Telling the story is your worship. That is how other people going to get over, because they're going to say, that's how it's shipped too. I got to have a high faith vibration.
Oh my God, that's all I needed to do.
Good God Almighty.
Don't be ashamed. I think we go through stuff and we so shameful of what we going through. So we don't want people in our business. And I definitely get that. But when you expose things, you never know the responses you could get for the help to get you there faster, sooner than later. Yep. Right? But I totally get it, because all of us are private, right? And our own stuff going on, and all of us have stuff going on. But you just never know who has the information that you need to get you there quicker. So, I mean, I love it. Come on, when you feel the weight and you feel them getting lighter.
Good God Almighty, what a gift. Mama Faith says, when you get to see an actual mustard seed, you understand differently of how little faith is needed to acquire the power, strength, and mobility. That part, that's the crazy part. That's what I thought was, because I had never actually seen a mustard seed. I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I wrote the book, I never held a mustard seed, never saw a mustard seed. But when I was almost finished the book, God put in my spirit that you must get a mustard seed. Guess who found the mustard seeds? Key in the store, like, girl, you see these mustard seeds? I said, girl, you got it. That was her first time. Bought me a bottle. So she bought me my first bottle of mustard seeds.
That was my first time seeing them.
I said, a minute. But when I poured it in my hand, when I poured in the little baggies, just tape them on the cover, it was like, but you know what? Let me tell you why that happened. Because I wasn't afraid to share my dreams.
See what I'm saying?
They tell you don't share your dreams, but how can somebody assist you? Listen, God got way more power over my dream than somebody out here praying against me.
The people,
right? And so me sharing my dreams, because I knew that it would happen, because nobody gonna stop me, because I'm my own faith. I was in the dream. So sharing that dream in the process of saying, oh my goodness, she was able to what? When she was out, guess what? God put in her spirit, that bag would be perfect. So that cute little bag I had these little tiny bags that was Ziploc bags. Kia said, I found some bags. When she brought these little bags, I said, oh my God, all I got to do is tape it right to the, I didn't even envision these bags. But God, because I shared with her, God put her in a space and she looking through this whole bin place. I mean, a whole bin place up there. When she called me, I got tired. Girl, I told you. There was so much stuff in there. So, Chef Ron would never bring me there. I got to go with y'all. I got to go with y'all because he ain't going to have that. It was so many. But the bag was tinier than this. Half of my card. That's what the bag was.
Out of all that stuff,
she found that. You know why? Because God, it was on her mind, because I put it in her spirit. I spoke it. I spoke life over that thing. And when God put it in the room, guess what she did? She found that thing. She brought me both. So the seeds and the bags came from my sis, my cousin, my favorite cousin. Right?
Honey.
Because, honey, you got it. Why would two need to touch and agree if you couldn't share it? Now, you probably can't share with everybody, but you need somebody to support you so that you can be flexible in a dream. Because sometimes your F is the old fear.
That part.
But because you in relationship with somebody else, that you can borrow their faith. Because when I speak life over you, that's you borrowing my faith. So when we come up before you and we talk, you are borrowing faith. So you on borrowed time, but God said, I'm so gracious, I'll let you borrow it until you can believe it for yourself. That's why your testimonies are important. Somebody is borrowing your faith because of your evidence. So you can't hide the process, because the process is what makes them borrow your faith. It's what makes God possible.
And it's alignment.
Listen, we gotta get out of here, because you know what? We'll
be here for
Good morning, Put.
Good morning.
The books are in, so when we see you tomorrow, are we going that way tomorrow or no?
Tomorrow. We could. Yeah, we could.
So
tomorrow's Wednesday. Girl.
So I'll get to bring your books. Creeping old fear. Come on now. You gotta let that old fear out. You gotta let it out. Look, thank you, Melissa. Here's a link for the ebook, Mama Face. Soon as you hit it, it comes right to you, honey. They sent me an email telling me you got it. That's how good the book is.
You get the PDF.
That's how good that thing is. It's gonna come straight to you.
Your email.
And you can read it immediately. And it's just as beautiful.
Yep.
Just as beautiful. Drop the link in the chat. There you go, boo. The link is right above you. Last comment. Drop the link for the ebook here, please. It's above you, Ma. No, it's up there. She gonna see it. Mm-hmm. Luke 4:18. What the Christ in you was sent into the world to do. Good God Almighty. It was to be the change. You are a change agent, as they said. Activate your F and your mustard seed. That part. Activate your F and your mustard seed. And let me tell you something. Make sure you activate the right F because both can grow. That's what I'm saying. If you're growing the wrong F, you're gonna create a mountain where there should have been a molehill. Because if you felt it and you check it, it becomes a molehill that can be dissolved. But when you don't check it, it grows into a mountain of doubt that you never get over. And you spend your whole life in the valley because the way up is through. So I can't get to the mountaintop until I first experience the valley moments. And so it's hard, but it is what you have to do to get yourself through. He said, yea, though I walk through the shadow of the valley of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. That's your faith, baby. Freedom after inside the higher self. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Keep on going because you're about to climb a mountain. That is the 8th operating to share your dream. That part. That part. That is your faith operating to share your dream. Say it, Ma, because that's what it is. When you are not afraid to share your dream, it is your faith and not your fear that somebody's going to take it. Because I'm going to tell you, I don't care what you take. You ain't going to do it better than me if it's mine. There's a bunch of plain chips out here. But everybody got their favorite. So it's not that we compete, we complete. Maybe you're inspired into a message. But nobody can take what's yours because it is written all over your face. You don't have to say a word. Nobody can take your stuff. Honey, I just got a voice right there. You see how God just gave me a voice for y'all?
It's over.
Kia, mommy always had mustard seeds in the seasoning closet, just never paid attention to it. That part.
Wow, so I was surrounded by mustard seeds.
And didn't even know it. Oh my God.
Wow.
Sending stars to support the mustard seeds of faith. Thank you, Precious and Kia, and thank you, God. For real. It is because of him we all get to be an example.
Thank you.
Search did not match any documents. What search? What you talking about, Ma? The link is a PDF download in your. No, it's not. Yeah, you just gotta go. When you go on the website and grab it, it'll come to your email. Whatever you type in, you have to hit the link. The link will take you to the page, and the page you'll order it, pay it, and once it's paid, it'll come straight to you. $15. A $15 investment will change your whole life. Okay, $15. Okay, you got it. She got it. Well, guess what? We're gonna read these cards because let me tell you something. This was worth the overage. Because when we're talking about the power of flexibility, is being able to trust the process by identifying your F at all times. If you letting that F get crazy in your life and you ain't paying attention to what the F is going on, you're going to lose yourself as well as the blueprint to where you're going. So identifying your F and being aware what the feels like. That's why this book is filled with definitions. So there's no confusion of what every word means so that you can activate the meaning with the actually process. So you need both. Both are necessary. The YouTubers that's on, I just want to thank you for joining in through YouTube because I see different numbers here and different numbers there. That lets me know we got some YouTubers on. I appreciate y'all. Listen, make sure you are following the page. I choose me # no more excuses if you are on the YouTube because coming up in April, you will only catch me on YouTube for my shows other than the breakfast and stuff and on the refill page. So I'm going to bring back the I Choose Me. I'm going to bring back what the F is a whole content. So we'll have a week worth of content coming up for the spring because we got a spring in action for our attraction. Now is the time. We don't have any more time. The world is closing in. Darkness is winning. And it's time for us to light our switches, to become a chandelier affair and stop playing. God ain't got time for it. We got stuff to do. So guess what? Being flexible is the power that you have. So here we go. We're going to pull a card for you guys. Flexibility is the name of the game. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes and get a prize. And let's see.
All right.
Let's see where will we be.
Ready?
1, 2, 3. I am necessary and I am a healer.
Necessary Nakia. Nakia is necessary.
And I am a healer.
Come on, Apostle.
I'm a healer. I'm the healer of the mind.
Dr. Revitalizer. Come
you
on
know,
now.
because Soul Doctor is the mind, wisdom, dream revitalizer. The doctor stands for the dream that I'm revitalizing in you because you let go of your pain and you moved into your power. You went from survivor to soulvivor. You mentored your mindset and you made sure that you realize that emotional health is healing. And so when I change my emotions to things, I change the way I see stuff and I show up different, right? And so the power of flexibility is the ability to change. It is to be bent and not broken. It is to believe that you are necessary. That's what makes you a healer. Knowing that you are necessary is the healing of it all. Because then you don't take your pain in vain, but instead for others' gain. I know it was bigger than me. I know I'm an X factor. I know Key is an X factor. I know every one of you guys that God brings before us are X factors. Why? Because he put you in alignment for your assignment with these conversations. And we know that it is healing to be able to process through what it took for you to get to who you are and accepted that you were necessary, that it was necessary. That's the part, right? Because once I realized that the thing I went through was necessary for me to be, I realized that that's when the healing becomes. So I don't take it personal. I take it process because God said all things work out for them that love the Lord. So when you love him and you on the vibe of him, your faith is high because you trust and believe that he is going to bring you through no matter what. And so that is what healing is all about. Believing without a shadow of doubt that you are necessary and that God is not done with you yet. And so I think this has been an amazing.
This has been an amazing 2 cards.
Oh my
you
God.
Are healing and I am necessary.
Good God
so
Almighty.
when you look at these 2 words, what is it really telling you? That healing is necessary.
Good God Almighty.
Heal the world. Make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race.
Good God. Because there are people dying.
Come on now, committing suicide, having depression, on medication.
Good
we
God.
ain't got time for that. Let go so we can go. Let go and let's go.
That part.
We ain't got time for this negative stuff.
That part.
Healing is necessary around here. And what the F is your mustard seed is the Q. Because we're going to learn how to operate out of these F's.
That part.
So what the F is your mustard seed.
That part. I am a necessary healer.
Come on now, Melissa.
Cornelius, I am. You am. The process brings us to the promise. Period.
That part.
Let go and let God.
Let go.
Because I'm telling you, if you holding on, if I hold on to this table, tell me where I'm going to go.
Why are you holding on to the negative?
You can't move.
Stuff that got you feeling bad. Who holds on to stuff like that?
And last but not least, remember, it's not what you go through, but what you grow through that makes you who you are. And so God said, I didn't put you through that to stunt your growth. I did it so you could be flexible.
Forgive
so that I can stretch you into who I called you to be. I'm stretching you. I'm not tearing you. I'm stretching you. I'm giving you muscle. Remember, you stretch for the muscle. So he's trying to give your spiritual muscle a stretch by increasing your belief system, by realizing that you're necessary, because he needs healing in the world. So until you know you're necessary, we can't heal the world. You understand? Don't wait for them to do it.
On your part.
It's you. They don't worry about them, sweetheart. It's you. What are you gonna do to be the difference?
That part.
This has been an amazing. Thank you, Melissa, for your
Another
testimony.
episode.
You set us up. Listen,
Come
became
on,
a
Melissa.
90-minute show, but when God be for you, who? It was worth the time.
And we got time. We got time today. Why? Because we are flexible.
We can give you an extra 30 minutes because God made us flexible. That
right?
part.
We ain't on a time constraint. If y'all here, we here.
We here.
Keep the conversation going.
Keep the conversation going.
And that's what we do.
Until
So
now.
we want to make sure y'all enjoy your day.
Yes.
We thoroughly enjoy your engagement. And
Oh,
that's what
we
keeps
thoroughly.
the show going.
So alive.
And so alive.
Yeah.
I mean, we love it. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate
We
y'all.
appreciate it. So remember, as always, you can never turn on anybody else's light, but you can provide enough light for them to find their switch. So it's your job, your responsibility to stay lit in this world so somebody could find their way out of the darkness. We do not compete. We complete. And the difference between them two words is a letter L, because L stands for love, and love grows everything. That part. So we can't forget to turn our heartbeat into a soul beat in order for us to leave our soul print, because the fingerprint tells us what we got wrong in this world, but the soul print, it tells us what you got right. What God got right is you. And so we need you to be flexible. The power of flexibility is identifying your F. And when you get the F right, oh my God, you change your coming nice. I promise you. And so you have been tuned into Coffee and Conversations. This has been a very, very powerful one. Yes. I enjoyed it. Melissa, a special thank you for being transparent, right? Being the
thank you,
giving
so
God
much.
the glory by telling your testimony. It is so powerful when we stand up in our story, because then and only then do we really give God the glory.
Release others as well.
Yes. So I appreciate your transparency. It is refreshing as always. We love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. And so as always, as Melissa just said, don't forget to wake up and make today count. Yes. So remember, we love you.
We love you. And we will see y'all in the morning on this Winning Wednesday tomorrow.
Bye. You've been tuned into Coffee and Conversations.
That part.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Like, share, tell a friend. Because sharing is caring.
And if you're looking at it later,
Comment.
leave some comments.
Let us know how you feel.
That part.
We love you.
See you in the
Until
morning.
tomorrow. Bye-bye.